Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Do you recollect the day where you were and what you were doing when Lehman went bust?
Yeah,
And,
very
and
clearly.
what thought did it
Yeah.
trigger? Like,
So in a way that the story is linked. So around 8th Jan 2007,
Mhm.
8th Jan 2007, I was sitting with my guru in London, Sir John Kay. Right, he was the chairman of of Clear Capital,
Mhm.
and John used to give me a cup of tea every other month, and he would ask me questions about the British economy and stock market, and I would answer. And so basically, I won't get into the Q&A, but basis John's Q&A, around 45 minutes into that Q&A on 7th Jan 2008, I realized that the British financial system is going to blow up. So that was 7th Jan. I think 28th Jan or 1st February 2007, we published our first note explaining how the British financial system is going to blow up. Right? Mortgage-backed securities, ABS, MBS, which lenders were exposed, how badly they would blow up, and so on. And then throughout 07, we got our clients to sell, and sell some more. Right? By Jan 08, a year hence, we realized that America is going to blow up. So that's when we decided, let's sell the company. I still remember first week of Jan 08, Nick Paulson and Les and I discussed, let's sell this company. We're heading towards an almighty financial blow up in America, which means the rest of the world. And that sale took place somewhere in early May 2008. And as I said, thereafter, we migrated to India. So from May 2008 onwards, I was sitting in Powai, Mumbai, watching the world blow up, having thankfully sold the company. This flat that we live in owes a lot to that exit. So in a way, the flat that we live in owes a lot to us being able to preempt Lehman Brothers by 1.5 years. So as June, July 08 wore on and the world melted down, none of that surprised us because we'd done the mathematics, we'd got our clients out, we'd preempted it. And that was one of the reasons for not being in any great rush to set up a company upon arrival in India. They're spending time traveling. So I remember the day Lehman. I live in Powai, and Powai had a Lehman office. One of their Indian offices was in Powai, right? So I remember walking past it that afternoon, saying there'll be a lot of people in this office who'll be looking for a job, right? And I also remember that I have some friends who work there. So I called them and said, it must be a tough time, but hey, if there's anything I can do, let me know. And then we watched as the world melted down. We watched as the world fell. Next 6 months, we continued traveling. 1st March, 2nd March 2008, I was in Delhi. There was a CII conference where thankfully I managed to get in. And the then government of the day, the then FM, the then chairman of the planning commission, deputy chairman of the planning commission, the then FM, and the economic secretary were fielding questions. And they were briefing the CII audience about the health of the Indian economy. And I remember telling myself 1st March 2009 that this looks like a completely mouth-wateringly tasty situation. Indian market down 60%. Economy in decent shape, and it didn't take a genius to figure out that the economy was in decent shape. And that's when the bull market began.
That's right.
And then a year into that bull market, I joined Ambit. So I remember very clearly. I was walking in Powai when Lehman blew up.
That's a brilliant call you made. You exited a year and a half. I guess initially it must have been a little painful because probably the markets kept moving in the opposite direction for some more time.
So what happened was first
you have to pay the price for every good call.
So we've never lost that much sleep about the market, but here's what happened, right? And this we've lived through this again and again. So these are experiences that are burnt into our psyche. So I think 28th Jan or 1st February, we published that first note on a big fat note on how the British financial system will blow up. It was called Risk Amplifiers on Full Volume, right? So I was 31 then. Even today, when I read that note, right, it sort of gives me goosebumps, right? When I read that, reread Risk Amplifiers on Full Volume. Now, within 2 days, HSBC used to have a subsidiary in America called Household, which was a mortgage lender. So Household published awful results within 2 days, and that's when we knew that mortgage lenders are going to blow up generally across the world. And within 3 months, MBS structured finance vehicles started blowing up in America, in France, and then it was just just a question of one domino falling after the other. By the summer of 2007. When we used to go to, say, various family offices or fund houses in London to present, the summer of 2007, we would enter this large fund house. There'd be a riot within the fund house to listen to us. And I would say, we've already written about it for the last 6 months. Happy to tell you guys, you don't have to fight. If you want, you can break it into 2 meetings. There are not enough seats in the room. But it was both, we were very young, 31. It was both interesting to see the panic unfold in front of us, a panic we had prophesied and understood. But it was also quite unnerving, especially when I looked at the older fund managers, right, who were in the 40s, 50s, and you looked at the sort of fear written large across their face. So it was those 2 years, very similar set of circumstances through 2017, 2018, right? 2015, I remember we wrote a note when I was in Ambit saying the real estate sector is going to blow up, that Indian resi real estate doesn't really have a future. 2017, we said NBFCs are going to have trouble. And it's relatively easy to do the maths, and we keep telling people. In 2018,
ILFS happened.
The HFL, ILFS, then Yes Bank happened. And these are fairly predictable cycles. You just get the hang of it and you just decide.
You're making it easier than it sounds, because it's a lot of work, but good calls that.